Hello. Anyway, so I was just going through my YouTube shit. I was just going through my emails and stuff, and I keep getting copy strike for no reason. It's not for no reason, it's because of the music and stuff. But it's so weird. Like, recently I did a podcast with Phil Wright. He is a professional dancer. He's an incredible person. Anyway, so he does these dances and all that. So just to give an introduction to him, I put a clip of him dancing. Apparently that's what it is, right? Apparently, he was dancing on the song by GaryVee, like Body in a Gotti, shine all over my body. Anyway, that should go copy strike. How am I supposed to show what he's doing? And if I add like non-copyright music to it, then the steps wouldn't match. You get it? Anyway, I was just pissed, and otherwise also I just keep getting copy strike because so many vlogs I've seen, it has some great music and they're not licensed or anything, they're just used, and it's an artist song but it's uploaded by someone else. I thought like it's some copyright free kind of music or whatever, and I was like, these guys are using it so I can use it, and I would use it and I would just get copy striked and just copy striked and copy striked and copy striked. But then that just brought me to the thought that, excuse me if I'm being ignorant, but I thought that if artists, I don't know, like wouldn't it be great for you if your music can be used by vloggers, by people who are creating content, by meme pages or something? You don't know what that content does or that content reaches. Like that one person using your song could be like free marketing, free advertisement for you in front of millions of people, if not hundreds of thousands. Just like even maybe 10,000, maybe 1,000, maybe even 100, maybe like 10 people for like if no one's listening to you, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's just, I don't know, like it's a win-win situation, I feel like. And if people really like that song, they would always go find the artist, find that song on like Spotify or on YouTube and then like jam to it. But then that's how they like discover it. And I could never understand why. I mean, I understand that I guess they want to protect their rights and they don't want people to like misuse something they created, but I don't get it. Like, I don't know, some of like the craziest songs I've never heard from the artists. It's always like I heard it in someone else's like Instagram video, a vlog or somewhere else, and then I would look them up. Literally, that's when you're hearing lyrics, right? Like, I'm sure so many of us, when we don't know the name of the song and stuff, we would try to, like, whatever lyric we would hear, we would just write that on Google and then like that song would come up. And I feel like so much of the music, that's how I found, you know, like I found Nav, who I love. His music changed so much shit for me. I found him through like Rice's vlogs and stuff. And I was like, wait, what is he saying? That sounds so good. And I would just type out the lyrics on Google and I saw that it's Nav. And then I went to his album and the next album and the next, and like discovered all his music and like shared it, and I was kept on talking about it and loved it, found out like the lyrics from Genius and got so into it. And it was because of Rice. I don't think Nav has such a huge reach as such as so many of these people who listen to his music have. And that's just something that's there. And I always thought that it would be so much cooler for artists. I don't know, like, please excuse me if I'm ignorant, but I always thought it would be so much cooler. Like, it would make life so much easier for people who are making like content and stuff to use dope music. But wouldn't it be great for the artists as well if they could share their music with people? And something like, okay, let's think of a viral song. Just to give you an example, I know a lot of people would come for it, but example everyday bro, right? Excuse me if I'm being ignorant, I'll say that again. It's just a mere observation and curiosity, nothing else, nothing like facts, anything. But the reason that song went viral because so many people were talking about it. People were sharing it, people were reacting to it, even if it was like bad or like good. Like, all publicity is good publicity, I don't know. But that's how Jake Paul came up. And I know people would say that he had already like millions of followers, that's how. But he never had 200 million followers. None of his vlogs ever reached that point. So even if you are, forget about his 200 million, right? Forget about his like 5 million followers he had or whatever. Even if you have like 5,000 followers, that means that your song has a potential to reach 200,000 people. You know what I mean? I don't know, that's just how I see it. Like, you never know who might like it, who might use it. Like, so many times you just discover a new artist and you're like, oh my god, I love this person. And for example, for me, like, right, I'm creating content. I don't know whether I'm going to be 6 months down the line, right? Like right now, if like 10 people are watching my vlog, maybe 6 months down the line, 100 people are watching it, right? Maybe 1 million people watch it. Like, you just never know. I'm not saying if that artist did that with me, he can reach so many, like, very, I feel like when people think of influencers, they immediately go for like 100,000 followers. If you reach like micro influencers, your shot gets, I feel like, so much big, your chance gets so much bigger of saying a yes and building a relationship. And what you can do is, instead of finding a person with 100,000, crossing your fingers that he said yes when you're a nobody artist and dealing with all that shit, it's better. I feel like it will be way more effective. That it's difficult, but I feel like it's gonna be way more effective if you reach to 100 people who have 1,000 followers instead. I really feel that. And especially for up and coming artists, if you guys are trying to get like your music out there in the world and your main goal is for people to listen to it, don't think about the short-term money that you can collect by copywriting people, or like, you know, by doing all sorts of shit. You can have your song licensed, but don't I don't know, take the fucking person's revenue. You know what I mean? I don't know. I really think so. Short-term money never wins. Listen, like, for example, if you did that with 100 people, all right, I'll just give you a probability, right? You did that with 100 people who have 1,000 followers, or be smart about it. You shouldn't give it to people who like just Instagramming to their friends. Give it to people who are trying to build an audience, right? You can find them very easily. One of the greatest places to that is Gary's comment section. Everyone's just like a hustler on social media, right? So if you do that with 100 people, imagine the probability of some of, like, even like if 1% if one person out of the 100 reaches 100,000 followers in some time, 1 million or whatever, becomes one of the most influential people, his content gets extremely viral, everyone knows this person, that one song could change your life. You know, if you're trying to maintain a relationship with these artists, these micro influencers, you could just, you know, keep on pumping on more and more music, and you can be like, you know, like, use my music, dude, like, use it for free. And now what you have is exposure. And if you're good enough, I feel like just with a lot of hard work, also if a lot of people listen to it, and even if you're a little bit good, people will gravitate towards you, people will find you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, I don't see it. People are just trying to like, no, I'm gonna copy strike it, no one can use my music, I created it. Okay, but what about the long term? I don't know, that's how I think. Just something that was going on in my mind. I found Nav through Rice, and I found Post Malone through, I guess, Rice's vlogs as well. There was one vlog where he did, where he buys a new shoe rack or some shit. I'm a heavy consumer. And then he has like a little montage where he's in Las Vegas, and he's like just kind of doing a B-roll, and it looks so cool. And he used Nav's Brown Boy. She never met a brown boy, na 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 na. She never met a brown boy, na na. She said I'm the realest, or whatever, right? I was like, this is so cool. That it wasn't just the song, it was also the B-roll was so cool that it made the song even cooler, and I could never get it off my mind. That's when I looked up Nav. That is when I just kept finding his more and more music, and now I just keep on fucking promoting it. Like, if I make it, I'm shouting out Nav to some next level shit, because his music changed so much for me. I remember 2 of his mainly songs were On My Own and Up. I think I've spoken about them multiple times. And it said like, remember feeling broke as fuck, but now I'm pulling up in roller trucks. And On My Own's main thing was, you know, like, I did this on my own, I don't need no help, I'd rather do it by myself. And just lines like these, you know, when I was like, fuck, like, I'm alone, like, how can I do everything on my own? And when music like this comes out, I'm like, bitch, I don't need no one else, I could do it on my own, never need no help. You know, just things like that. And Up was, I guess, one of them. It was something about the remember having no clothes and calling on my iPhone gold. I know these lyrics by heart, I can't remember them right now. What was it? Regardless, you know, you see my point. This is something I was thinking about artists. I thought that was very interesting, and I really wonder, like, y'all should stop fucking, I don't know, protect your music so that really, like, no one like just steals that shit and does something. But I don't know, I think you can be free with creators, and it's only gonna be good for you. Like, win-win. A win-win situation. Thank you for watching. Okay, bye.